And welcome back to Rugby League headquarters here in New South Wales. And a good crowd is in. Probably about 35,000, and as you can see, there is a domination of the blue and gold colours. Cowboys have got the loyal fans here down in that southern corner, and they're the ones you really love to see when you're an out-of-town side up against one of the biggest armies in rugby league, the Blue and Gold Army. It's only the second time these two clubs have met in a finals match. The last such occasion was 2005. Various records speak volumes for both these teams. You've heard the boys previewing the game. The Cowboys have won 8 of their past 11 against the Eels, as Jake Granville gives himself a bit of a dousing there. But the Eels' record here at ANZ is super imposing. They've won 9 of their past 10. So Gavin Cooper taking the Cowboys out. It hasn't been a happy hunting ground over so many years for the Cowboys. They got a couple of very rough calls. 7 tackle tries and God knows what. Will Lady Luck be smiling on them tonight? This is just the second time the North Queensland Cowboys have played here since that most memorable grand final in 2015. Tamare Martin got a birthday the day after the grand final. It could be a hell of a birthday present for Tamare. Mid-season transfer, of course. Penrith going out. And Scott Bolton, a war horse and a stalwart, as Manor takes them out, the Eels. The match ball is to be delivered by that little fellow there, Michael Abu-Riss, 4-year-old. He's a liver transplant recipient, and you can register to become an organ donor now at donatelife.gov.au. Thank you, Michael. As he hands the ball over to Matt Checken.
He didn't want to give it up there for a moment. Good on him.
Reading his lips, I thought this was mine, sir. Mitchell Moses, when he plays and Norman plays, they've won 9 of 12. And talking of birthdays, he's 23 today, and this will undoubtedly be the most bruising birthday of all. And Michael Jennings, one of 3 who've played in a grand final. They say he's a big event, a big game player. Well, they'll need him to be tonight.
No Morawa tonight, out with that concussion from last week. Kenny Edwards in the starting lineup. Kaiser Pritchard covering Cameron King on the bench. Terapo into the 17. And, of course, Justin O'Neill, the experienced Justin O'Neill, back for the Cowboys.
So Kyle Felt, he kicks off, but not necessarily as deep as normal from Felt. And Alvaro comes running back for Parramatta. And he'll play the ball, the first play the ball of the night, 12 metres out from their own goalpost, and the captain, Tim Manor, who's the only player in the Parramatta side to have played a grand final for Parramatta. He did that in 2009. He took the second run. The third was taken by Nathan Brown. Then it goes out for a sweep to the back line. And Parramatta have taken it comfortably out towards halfway through Edwards. And now for Norman, a show, a dummy, and then turns it in for Alvaro again. So he'll play the ball, and it goes to the blind side, where Moses puts it very, very high. And well taken there by Kyle Felt, who went for some traction, and there was nothing there. So there could be a bit of dew on top of this ground. 15 degrees outside for the start of the game. 15 metres their own side of halfway. Granville then, igniting the blind. Oh, gee, that was heavy on O'Neill. think it was a clash of heads. And Justin called back into the side. Here's the wrecking ball. Taumalolo. Wrecking ball / tow truck. Jason Taumalolo, the 17, taking it ahead for the Cowboys. Sean Fensom. Fensom starting the game. Listed as the starter was Asiata. But it's a high kick down to Will Smith, and he's playing just his 36th top-grade game tonight. And hasn't he been good, filling in for Gutherson and French, Peter?
Some heavy defence there, forcing him back 5 metres, centre field. Sean Frencham started the game last week for North Queensland. They've stuck with the same recipe. John Asiata coming into the game a little bit later on. Michael Jennings at a dummy half.
And that's what he's got to do, and keep doing, Michael. Penalty goes to Parramatta. Parramatta getting a penalty. Whether it was the 10 or whether they were in the tackle too long.
Well, this is going to put the Eels in good field position. They're not able to come up with anything in 5 tackles. Look for the high ball. There's a swirling breeze in here tonight that's going to make catching the ball very tough.
There's Edwards. One of 10 players in the Parramatta side in their first final series. And talking of experience, they're conceding 99 finals matches of experience to the Cowboys. Alvaro made very good meters with that run. Granville made the tackle, was low. Norman goes away. Joining in is Smith. And he'll play the ball 8 metres out, just in front of that 10-metre line, near the western touchline. Norman again. Now to Brown. Here's Moses put down. Playing it inside the 20-metre line. It's now with Norman. He puts a left foot kick on it. It's got good weight. Who put it dead? 20. It's come off Parramatta.
Well done by Winterstein. Brave work to do so, but he blocked the line for the Parramatta chaser. It looked as though he had plenty of time to get the ball though.
Here's the replay. Yeah, no, they got it right. The touchy was right on the spot. Ethan Lowe now playing the ball 10 metres on their own side of halfway for Bolton to take the next one. Play then for Granville to go on to Taumalolo. So Jason, joint winner of the Dally M's last year. Ball comes away for Fensom again, the former Raider.
Yeah, and the quick play the ball from Taumalolo. What a luxury that is. Morgan now goes second man. Quick pass there to the number 4, Kane Linnett. Did well to catch it.
Playing his 150th game tonight for the Cowboys. Kane Linnett. This kick is deft and it's knocked on. Knocked on by Alvaro.
Was never going to catch that. There was hesitation in his approach to the football. It's a deliberate kick not to go too high so the chasers can arrive at the same time. And Alvaro never got into a good position to catch that. He's concerned about the people around him. It's a simple error.
And a bit of concern for Daniel Alvaro as well. He looks like he's leaving the field. 2 or 3 tackles ago, he made fair contact and he got up. He had the wobbly boots on. He knew he was in a little bit of strife.
It was Taumalolo. Whenever you're ready. When Taumalolo came forward, Alvaro was left behind. What an opportunity here for the Cowboys. They are spread to the right-hand side. Winterstein in behind to play the ball.
So Matangi has gone out there taking the place of Alvaro. But they'll do well to hold them out here, Parramatta. 12 metres out, in fact, now on the first tackle in front of the uprights. Ethan Lowe, big and strong, gangly, and he's put down eventually when the defenders wanted to. 2 metres out from the line, away from Morgan, and now Taumalolo again. Low tackle from Cameron King. Up the top was Ken Edwards. Granville then comes away. Morgan goes out to Ethan Lowe again. The big fellow this time will play it about 7 metres out from the line. 4th tackle gone for the Cowboys. The boys from North Queensland. And Morgan feigned to pass. didn't eventually give it to on the burst Fensom. Here's the last. Martin it is. It's gone to Rub. The big man takes it beautifully. Steps out of the tackle. Runs 25, 30, 40. Over halfway. Still going. Big Rud. He goes all the way. Rud. It's a 100-metre exhibition. What a try.
Oh, did he put the ball down correctly? Surely.
Well, I tackle one. I have a try. I just want to confirm that grounding's good there.
It was a brilliant catch and then a foot race. And these players chasing are quick and they're not carrying the football. Michael Morgan, one of them. It's fine.
Semi Radradra has grounded the ball in the in-goal area. We have a decision.
Tackle got made straight away, so no disadvantage.
What a player, what a strike rate, what a try.
For the Parramatta Eels, his 22nd try of the season. Absolutely sensational.
Well, just simply amazing is one way of describing this big fellow, Semi Radradra, as Mitchell Moses prepares to convert down at the northern end of the ground, and Parramatta lead by 6-0 with that man scoring his 10th try inside his last 5 games. Brad Fittler sideline.
He just lifted the pulse of ANZ Stadium. Semi is what they practiced before the game. You saw that shot where Semi come flying in. He's 20 metres in from the sideline. Morgan was practicing those kicks to felt. Tamari Mann come around and got this all wrong. Semi was on the last tackle and he was waiting. Have a look at that mouth. Just grabbing some oxygen. Way too fast. Semi Radradra lifts the stadium and they're off to the start they wanted. 6-0, the Eels.
Time your run, fellas.
Isn't that something remarkable when that's his trademark try?
Yeah, that's right. Oh, we're going to miss him.
Remarkable for everyone except the opposition.
If they're beaten, of course, it's bon voyage to France for Semi Radradra. That's his 24th try from 27 games here, and his 82nd try for the club, which makes him the 5th highest try scorer all time for the Parramatta club, behind Luke Burke, Brett Kenny, Jared Hayne and Steve Ella. Keep in mind though, Semi hasn't played for the club as long as many of those I just mentioned. So here we are back to halfway with Edwards, and the ball coming to Norman, who shaped to pass and then takes the tackle. Cameron King, like Will Smith, he's moved in and accepted the job, and got the job done. This ball has gone into touch. I think Kyle Felt tried to impress the touch judge that went out on the full.
Yeah, it wasn't far away from it. He was basically waiting to see, probably hopeful that it was going to land on the line. Some good pressure that was placed on by Taumalolo. It's a little bit of a nervous wait. It bounced narrowly inside the line.
It's been a successful kick for a couple of sides last couple of weeks, hooking it back to the other side of the field. Saw one from Benji last night. I'm not quite sure if it was deliberate, but it's caught a couple of defences out as North Queensland win the scrum and Linnett takes the ball forward.
So if you're a Telstra mobile customer, you can stream NRL games faster in more places. And if you want to win one of 20 trips to, or 4-2 to the grand final, simply share with us the most interesting place you've streamed the footy from. Head to Telstra's Facebook page to enter the competition for the grand final ticket. And here is Jason Taumalolo again, dragging players, bumping them off, getting it to halfway. Granville back, and it's gone from Morgan, gone away from Coot, it's gone out to Linnett. There's a chance on here. Kyle Felt might get there. Well, the ball's down, and Lachlan Coot is there to embrace. He thinks it's a try.
I'm happy with the grounding.
Well, it'll be some effort because Brad Takarangi
So you've got no
does
try.
a pretty good job here.
No try on tackle 6, mate.
They got caught out
Confirmed touch
down the
and
short
grounding.
side. Semi Radradra coming in, and he couldn't knock the football down, but Kyle Felt he has got a bit of a record of getting these kind of situations right. I think he scored.
Unbelievable.
I think he scored.
By the way, the referee put up the tee.
The ball has been grounded in the in-goal area. We need to confirm that Kyle Felt remains in the field of play. As can be seen on the left, the ball is cleanly grounded. On the right, the ball is down, and Kyle Felt is still in the air. We have a decision.
There's a fight back from the opposing winger.
Yeah, a bit of tit for tat, you might say. But it's a try for Kyle Felt.
The try scored by number 2, the North Queensland Cowboys. He is 14th try of the season. Kyle Felt.
So Kyle Felt, 5 tries in 4 games here. And what a try it was. We've seen 2 absolutely spectacular tries from wingers that are lining up against each other here in Radradra and Felt. And Lowe takes the kick, he's got it! It's staggered over the crossbar, but he got it, that's all that matters. Brad Fittler again, sideline.
Wow, wasn't that a kick? This is the side they're targeting. The execution this time is perfect. I think Will Smith had to paddle a bit here. Takarangi had Leonard, he was calling out to take him. Will Smith wasn't listening. If he slides off, he would have had Leonard on the sideline and Parramatta all the support on the inside.
Time to run, fellas.
And the finish is exquisite.
Yeah, I was talking about Matt Check, and he put up the tee, indicating it was a try, in saying at the same time, you've got no try, to his touch judge. And then, as we took the camera off him, he then crossed his chest to say, I've got no try. It was a little bit embarrassing. So here is Fensom, just inside the 30-metre line. So Lowe with a good run, some 12 metres out to the 40. What a kick! What a kick from this Ethan Lowe. He's another man that's stepped into a big pair of shoes, and he's come up trumps.
And that was a Thurston kick. No kind of movement we see as Michael Morgan drills it low. Will Smith makes a bouncing ball inside his own 10. They were poor defensively in that try. Takarangi came flying in, and there was a 2 or 3 man overlap. As Brad Fittler pointed out, communication wasn't great. Radradra tried to knock the football down to no avail.
So here's Radradra going into first receiver. The other winger, the prior run from Kirisan Ava'a. And King it is, taking Takarangi with him and then taking the tackle himself. Takarangi stays there, and just a little scurry out from dummy half. Straight up the centre, keeping it simple and mistake-free, more importantly. Moses then drives it high, and the ball bounces, and Coot eventually, coming down with Jennings. It probably looked worse than it was. The officials had nothing to say about it. Now Winterstein, and he's 8 metres out from his own line. We're going from one end to the other, aren't we? It's fast and furious. Semi-final, sudden death. And that was the ball that was allowed to bounce. Obviously a little breakdown in communication by a couple of the backmen. So they're now out to the 40-metre line. Played by Taumalolo. Now to Morgan. Morgan drives it to get out of there and sends it down to Smith. He comes off his 10. Will Smith, a Newcastle junior. As I said, playing just his 36th top grade game. Takarangi. Second tackle down for Parramatta. And now for Ma'u. Almost to the middle of the ground. King again. Now, this is Matangi. Play the ball 7 or 8 metres into opposition territory. A run for Brown. And a good run at that. Down to the 30 on 5. Right-hand play. Moses, second man play. A stab through from Norman. Jennings picked it up and passed, but it found a Cowboy.
Wow, that's a bit of an escape there for North Queensland. Brilliantly executed play from the Eels. Well-placed grubber kick.
Jennings has only just regained his feet. That's O'Neill. That would have been something quite brilliant had it come off. Now Morgan's kick for Felt on this side.
He wanted it to bounce up. Not fine touch.
Yeah, I guess he had the choice, Pete, whether to kick it a little bit higher, give him some extra time to get underneath it. Here's the tip back inside from Jennings. Very well done. Unfortunately, no one to provide assistance.
Comment sideline, Brad.
That was the play I asked Jonathan Thurston about. I was talking to watch Michael Morgan and himself practice that play over and over, coming out of trouble. Now there's a player who's in control. He held his nerve. He didn't quite get the bounce this time. But in the big game, he backed himself.
Yeah, no, he saw Semi Radradra was actually inside Corey Norman, 15, 20 metres infield.
So Radradra operating over on the right side of the ground on that occasion, and the ball played by Moses. I mentioned it might be a bruising birthday. They've certainly lined him up a couple of times. King away, Norman goes short to Matangi, and Matangi and jumper number 17, who's out there while Alvaro is in the HIA. Here's a ball going away to Brown, and he'll play the ball 8 metres out.
Radradra spent the whole set of 6 on that side of the field as King has a shot himself. Now he's coming back.
So Nathan Brown, a dummy half. He comes back to Mitchell Moses. It came off a Cowboy and it went back.
It was nullified because it was played over, not a scrum. Start the shot.
Just saying that Mitchell Moses knocked the ball narrowly forward after the ball rebounded off a Cowboy, Ethan Lowe.
Yeah, got it exactly right.
He did. He got it absolutely right. I thought for a moment that the referee must have thought that he lost the ball forward into an opposing player, but he kicked the ball. But there still was a knock-on after it came off Ethan Lowe. Well refereed. And this is Kyle Felt again. 12 metres out from his own line. Spins it back in the opposite direction to which he was facing, and Fensom, he plays the ball. Now they're 30 metres out through Scott Bolton. So Granville dummies to the left and comes back to a charging run again from Taumalolo. Just outside their 40-metre line, Morgan, pretty much a no-look pass, and it's Lowe, who's gone to ground right in the centre of the ground. Granville for Morgan. Grubber kicks this time, and Smith is there to collect the ball, and he's put down 16 metres out from his own line for Takarangi to give it to Radradra, and Semi has got 3 Cowboys on him. Darren, an injury update from the sideline.
Yeah, Daniel Alvaro from the Parramatta doctor, he won't be back tonight, so that's going to put some pressure on those big boys for Parramatta. They'll play longer minutes tonight.
Especially with the fact that they've gone tonight with another hooker in Kaiser Pritchard.
This is Manna. A carry for the captain. Carting at about 5 or 6 metres Only one set has not been completed from 17 opportunities. And here they are with a battle on the back line. It was picked up there by Winterstein, but now he's taken a kick to the forearm.
Cowboys.
And Winterstein is down.
Well, that ball has come off the Cowboys as well. That's going to be the Eels taking the ball there and making worse an injury to Antonio Winterstein.
Kenny Edwards tries the quick bat on here. Doesn't try and catch it, but it goes wayward. And Winterstein just loses it in the contact.
So Winterstein has missed a lot of football this year with injury. 9 matches, in fact. It's been an amazing effort by North Queensland when you think about it. Riddled with injuries the year. Matt Scott played just twice. Jonathan played 7. Winterstein missed 9. O'Neill missed 8. Coote 7. Granville 4. So Antonio's luck, it hasn't changed.
No, it hasn't. He just gets a knee in the ribs. You can see exactly why it's been so painful. He's been on the injured list for the last 7 or 8 weeks. The game we watched in Townsville, he could not get above about a quarter of his natural pace.
Well, we didn't expect him to come out for the second half, but he played the full 80 and again last week.
So the elimination semi-final to see who plays the Roosters at Allianz next Saturday is locked at 6-all and a quarter of the game gone, and a penalty goes to Parramatta. Hand on the ball is the ruling.
Well, you'd be tempted to take the 2 here. They're going for more. Positive move.
So Tim Manor takes the ball 10 metres and he'll play the ball. That's the try line. You can see now a full view of the try line as Brown tries to go all the way. Nathan Brown tackled by Jason Taumalolo. Then Mitchell Moses sweeps it back to Norman. Puts in the little kick for Semi, but it's been battered by the Cowboys. Lachlan Coote got there in the nick of time.
Brilliant cover defence from Coote. He knew he was in a little bit of strife. Beautifully weighted kick. Norman put the ball on the floor. Just see where he came from, Coote, as well. He was right under the goalposts. And he knew that he couldn't give any time to Radradra, otherwise it was 4 more points coming.
And the quality of that kick, that was a right footer from Corey Norman, naturally a left. But to get that touch right with your non-preferred side, it was great touch. Ball bouncing around awkwardly now for Parramatta. It's a good result for the Cowboys.
And Tim Manor will play the ball on the first, 40 metres out. So 6-all, we saw a blinding try from Radradra at the 7th minute, and then an equally blinding try from Kyle Felt just 4 minutes later. There's a knock-on occurs for Edwards.
It was a poor pass from Nathan Brown, too far out in front.
And still, it looked like that they'd had a set play in mind there, but he changed his mind in the end. Decided to tip the ball on. Coach a little bit disappointed with the finish to that because they're in prime attacking position.
Finals football live and free with the grand final live and exclusive to 9. Nathan Brown just a bit too far out in front of Kenny Edwards. Next Friday at Amy Park, the first of the preliminary finals, Storm and Broncos, and then back to Sydney on Saturday, the 7 o'clock start. Roosters play the winner of this at Allianz. So play out to the 40-metre line with Scott Bolton. Granville then away for Taumalolo, and he always threatens, doesn't he? You see him go into a huddle of players. You keep thinking he's going to come out the other side. At the moment, they've held tight. That pass was bad, and Cooper has cleaned up the dregs.
It's a last tackle too. Coming up now. In great position to execute, but Morgan does well, deliberately kicks for touch, as he's done on a few occasions tonight.
Yeah, Pete, I was about to say, I think it's pretty obvious that he's putting the ball over the touch line as much as possible. They want to be able to make sure that every time their defence starts off, it's in a team effort. They're all prepared for it. They're going to restrict the time and space available for the Eels to work on.
That drop goal of his last weekend, his first of the season.
Bit of movement on the sideline, Freddie.
Yeah, both Scots lining up. Just walking down. Made a big impact 2 weeks ago, and also Asiata's got the ball in his hand. Yeah, got more time in Melbourne. He'll be valuable out there at the moment.
This is Matangi. So we've had it verified by Darren Lockyer that Daniel Alvaro is gone for the night. And that's the reason Matangi is out there at the moment. The doctors have decided that Alvaro should not return to the event. Not tonight anyway. 30 metres out from his own line, played by Takarangi. That was Matangi one more time. Norman then low, a 40-20 attempt. Coop marking it down on the 20. Moses hung an arm out. Referee's got him. Penalised.
That was brilliant from Lachlan Coote again. He read the 40-20 attempt coming and got across very quickly to catch it on the full. Just a really lazy left arm swing there from Mitchell Moses. Was always a penalty.
Interesting to see Parramatta kicking on the 4th tackle. The play before, trying to surprise the Cowboys fullback Lachlan Coote to be able to put the ball into touch, but gee, I probably think it might have been a better idea just to try and milk another 10 metres because they hadn't made too many in that set. It was about 20 metres from the previous 4.
No, it was after the event, but I would have been sorely tempted to take the penalty to go 8-6 up.
Here's Taumalolo running off a Morgan inside ball. So Jason to play the ball. And Granville takes it up to the 30. Passes along the line to Bolton. So he's given them another 10 metres with that straining effort. Scott Bolton has gone all that volley went forward from Martin to O'Neill, and it's gone unchecked. 8 metres out from the line, a really good chance for the Cowboys. This is tackle 4, unfolding, and it's Takarangi taking the ball and forced in goal. So that's a very good set there from the Cowboys.
You read that very well, Takarangi. You could see that there was an opportunity. Some of the outside runners were aiming in, which tended to indicate it was either going to be a cutout pass coming their way or a ball in behind. And that one was a little bit forward, not being picked up by the match officials, very luckily for North Queensland.
Sideline comment, Darren.
Yeah, they've had some luck on the right edge, the Cowboys. They're just watching that set there. Samira Dradri stands a long way infield. I think that's what they're targeting. I reckon they'll go that edge again this set.
So the line dropout taken back by Bolton.
Post got on for Tim Manor.
So Granville offloading the ball to Asiata out there in jumper number 8.
And he's on for fencing.
John Asiata, he can play 5'8", he can play half-back, front row forward, and is yet to score a try.
Lost the ball. Tamara Martin admonishing himself, but now they earn a penalty for a hand on the football. Late call. This is 3 sets in a row now. Parramatta need to defend.
What are you doing, Jake?
Granville to take the free. Taumalolo with about 10 metres of space to get the body moving.
I don't understand why you send him up first play.
So here's Asiata now with a pass that's gone to ground, and Radra was swooping in like a seagull. 20-metre line then for the Cowboys. Played by Felt. Now it's with Asiata. Got to be careful with him. As I just said, he's very versatile. Can handle playmaking. He's got a step in his work. As Morgan goes away and then a run around, they promote O'Neill. He's 5 out. Cooper now. Morgan this time. And a little kick has been well taken by Parramatta. Knocked backwards is the order. Nathan Brown was the man that dived on it. Mark Waugh would have been pretty proud of something like that.
That's a great run from Avara. They're back on their heels, Parramatta, after all of that defence. They needed a run like that, and it's backed up by Kenny Edwards.
So Edwards just short of the 40. And here's Brown again. Running into Taumalolo's shoulder.
Get that into you.
So Moses kicks down in the direction of Coote. Will it go dead? Yes. So it's a 7-tackle set coming up for North Queensland. Here's the hit on replay. The 13 on the 13.
That's the second one Parramatta have put dead. A little bit unfortunate, that one. A couple of bounces that accelerated towards the dead ball line.
Hey, John, you've got to play the ball.
Yes,
Hold
sir.
it, back off. Wait there, wait. You impede the marker, you're not going to get a quick play the ball. Wait now. Oh, just wait there. Stay straight there. 0, go.
So here's Cooper.
Cohen Hess out there now in jersey 15 for North Queensland. That's his first touch. Nearly dropped it, but makes the 40-metre line.
Another giant of a youngster. Taumalolo links the play with Morgan before Coote, and now it's with limit. Kane will play the ball about 15 metres into Parramatta's territory. It's tight, isn't it? It's a semi-final, and it's a case of the loser. As Gus would say, leaves the country. Granville gets it on. Morgan pushes. Cooper's with the ball. He'll play it 12 out. The Cowboys launching an attack again. And Morgan puts a little kick in. Was Coote held out of it? Smith's away. Granville can't get him. Smith, he's got a clear passage. Lowe is chasing. I don't know that he's going to get him. Smith will make it. Smith scores. It's about a 70-metre try. I thought I saw perhaps some impediment placed on Lachlan Coote.
Well, we're looking at a possible offside here, Ray.
I have tackle 1. I have a try. Just confirm that comes off his chest and there's no knock on there.
So it's Michael Morgan who kicks the football. Well, it actually comes off the man who
come
picks
off
it up.
Smith's knees
Will
onto
Smith,
his chest.
as long as it doesn't touch another Parramatta
Just
player,
play on.
which it doesn't.
He then cleanly picks the ball up,
That's going to be fine.
going through to the grounding.
Well, 2 tries for Parramatta from their own quarter.
180 metres they've run in scoring the Radradra and Smith try.
What about here, Wally? Do you throw the little loop pass over to Avara?
I think you and I would have been enticed.
And we have a grounding. We have a decision going to the board.
Coaches mightn't agree.
Confirmed. There's the try scorer, Will Smith. I mentioned earlier he spent his junior days at Newcastle, West's Newcastle. And here is Mitchell Moses, 2 metres in, 22 metres out, to try and put Parramatta a converted try in front at the 31st minute of the game, and it's just gone wide. Let's go to the sideline, Brad.
Yeah, they're playing a pretty risky defence line down on their line, Parramatta. Here's the first one when Nathan Brown took the slips catch. He's an 15-year-old New South Wales cricketer. They had no fullback then, and they've got no fullback now. That's Will Smith he kicked into. No one behind. He's too quick for Granville. And have a look at Ethan Lowe, the effort from the back rower, who keeps him wide, and Moses ends up missing the kick. But it's a risky defence line. He's only got to find a little space, Morgan. It's a try.
It's a good call both ways, especially giving Ethan Lowe a rap there, because at the end of this game, the 2 points he just saved his side there could be absolutely crucial.
So Brown and now Matangi. He's really having a busy night, and Nathan Brown, he always does. He has a high work rate. He's just so enthusiastic and effervescent. Takarangi with the ball now, just inside the 40-metre line. So Parramatta 10, North Queensland 6. With half-time 7 minutes away. Here he is again. He got the Player of the Year award, the Ken Thornett Medal this year. Nathan Brown, Norman.
It's a good play. A lot of fatigue in the last 10 or 15 minutes for Parramatta. They have had very little football despite scoring that try. And Corey Norman has recognised that and has given them a much-needed break on the back of a lot of defence.
Yeah, it was an outstanding set. There was no gambling going on. They were sticking to the plan, making sure that they got as much field position as possible. Now the pressure is on the Cowboys, trying to bring the ball away from their own line.
Join legends from the Eels premiership team of the 80s, plus many of the other sporting superstars that want to celebrate the game of rugby league, and in so doing aid Brett Kenny's Footy Legends Luncheon. Tickets available at www.prosportsmemorabilia.com.au.
The best 5'8" that I played against by a country mile. Head and shoulders.
So the Cowboys just outside their own 30-metre line. Bo Scott putting him to ground. The 16 is Corey Jensen for the Cowboys, getting play up towards halfway. And the 15 is Cohen Hess, who's been out there now for some 10 minutes or so. And so Michael Morgan puts one straight up and down, and it's come back off Kyle Feld. So Lachlan Coote decides we'll have another kick, and Moses gets underneath it, runs away from Morgan, gives it to Radradra. He goes outside his own 40-metre line.
Gee, I thought they might have tried to, Lachlan Coote might have tried to get some distance on that. Now they're going to be in a little bit of trouble defending close to their line.
Ma'u. So Manu plays the ball, and Brown goes up the middle again. 38 metres out from the Cowboys line. Winding it up now is Terapo, jumper number 19. So we're looking at the end of 4. We're playing 5, and Takarangi bursts into the backfield. Drops it back for Radradra, scoops it away to Norman, goes on to Terapo. That's where it all started, in fact. He loses the ball, or was it knocked out of his hands? Parramatta is saying it was knocked out by the opposition, but the referees want no part of it.
Right there.
He does a good job there, didn't he, Tamara Martin? And that's the only weakness in Penny Terapo's game. He plays flat out 100 miles an hour, but there's a handling error in there every now and then. So we're inside now the final 4 minutes of this first half.
And again, I tend to think the officials got it right. 30 metres out from their own line now, as Morgan pops the ball up for Kane Linnett. He'll play it on the 40-metre line. Second tackle being played out. 10-6 the score in favour of Parramatta. Metres gained. Radradra 109, Brown 93, Taumalolo 84. Cohen Hess, I should say. He gets up gingerly and he goes back to the ground. Morgan got it on. This is low. And Ethan will play the ball, tackled by Ma'u and Takarangi. Here's Morgan with the ball. He's going for one of these high kicks. Ava'a again. He obviously didn't touch it because this player's offside if that was the case.
Yeah, we've still got Cohen Hess down receiving attention. In fact, the trainer has called to the referees to stop play.
We need to play the ball in.
Trainer's got his arm up. Tackle 2, mate.
Semi on 2.
Yeah,
Gee, this will be a blow for North Queensland. Looks like he's a bit of a problem with the knee. And he is one of the strongest ball carriers in the Cowboys lineup. This is how it took place. Simply got his knee. Oh boy.
Scott lands on it.
And it was just there was no intent to cause damage there from Scott either. He just went in trying to put him on the ground. One of the strongest ball carriers in the game.
Yeah, there's no problem with Scott. He's actually come in at the height that you have to in that situation. What a season he's had, broke into Origin this year. Scored a swag of tries. Many of them off the bench.
He's not going to leave. He's certainly not leaving. Not yet, anyway. As Terapo has a carry. And it ends about 35 metres out from his own line. Play back to King. Goes to Moses. Moses goes short. And playing the ball is Kenny Edwards. Now for Moses down the short side. And Jennings is wrapped up by O'Neill. So across it comes now for Norman to put the left foot to it. Coot going back deep into the corner. And Moses puts a ring around him with Bo Scott and Penny Terapo. So the Cowboys back in that northeastern corner, trailing by 4 and 2 minutes of the first half remaining on the Wide World of Sports coverage, live and free here from ANZ tonight. Winner of this to play the Roosters next Saturday night.
It's a good set in defence for the Eels. They've restricted the Cowboys. They're going to be kicking from about 35.
So much for your 150th jersey, Kane. There's not much of it left. 150 games for the Cowboys, Linnett. Was at the Roosters, has played in a couple of grand finals, and Smith it is that's put down by Morgan and Jensen. Takarangi came out of the confrontation just a couple of minutes ago. Not too good. And the trainers are with him now. Here's Edwards. He's got a high involvement ratio. It's come away to Radradra inside Takarangi. And they're about, well, he's knocked on.
You lost the ball into him.
Well, important that the Cowboys get going pretty quick. They're just going to have one set of 6 to try and add more points.
Big set of 6 coming up. They got the scrum set fairly quickly to stop the clock. Just under 40 seconds.
The scrum clock is still going.
Close to a full complement.
The scrum clock is still going. Okay, Will, bind it in.
Look for an early kick again here, North Queensland. They've done it a couple of times tonight.
They're going. I think they're going out with a new jumper for Kane Linnett. And here's a good run by Martin. Takes it just into Parramatta's territory. Ducked under a couple of tackles. Just 25 seconds of the half remaining. And again, a strong run by Corey Jensen onto the 40-metre line. Away then to Asiata to go to Morgan, and Morgan puts it out the back, a flick pass, and then Coot gave it to Felt. And Kyle is on his knees and passes Gets it away to Hampton, and he's all crunched into the ground.
Oh, two of the Cowboys players raced through. They were trying to give a message. Put a kick through, real chase.
Let's not spoil it. Let's not spoil it. Let's not spoil it. Come
So
on.
it's half-time.
Is it?
It's not for some people, it's not.
Don't run in there, Tonio!
Well, I think you find that North Queensland were upset with the Kenny Edwards contact here on that man there.
Don't go in.
In Hampton.
Thanks, fellas. Let's go.
We're getting to the sheds.
I got it, mate.
Well, it won't take Kane Linnett long to get his jumper off, that's for sure. At half-time, though, it's 10-6. Brad Fittler's out there.
Were you in that sting?
Nah, mate, stay right out of that. Let the big boys settle out.
How's this, mate? Is this what footy's all about?
Yeah, it's good atmosphere. You know, we haven't played in a crowd like this all year, so it's exciting. But you know, we've got a job to do here, and we'll try to finish them off here.
All right, mate, good luck.
Thanks, Freddie.
Parramatta, of course, haven't played in a grand final since 2009. They've been pretty much starved after they had a glut of grand finals in the 80s. It's incredible for the Cowboys, you know, in this day and age of salary cap and what you got, and given what they've endured injury-wise, tonight 12 of their grand final side are in the 17. Ball going down to Kyle Felt on the far side of the ground, and Jensen it is that'll play the ball inside his own 20-metre line as the ball finds Asiata. 76 games of top-grade football for John, and he's yet to score a try.
And that's Cohen Hess. Get some attention to that right knee, obviously at half-time, but good robust carry. So too from Gavin Cooper.
So the stand-in captain is Cohen. Cooper plays the ball, Asiata linking the play, he does it proficiently. And it's Morgan that will play the ball on the 30-metre line now. Playing it back to Hampton. He's out there to give Granville a little break. The ball coming to a halt on the line. And Smith it is back there with Avaa. 10 metres out from his own line, and here is Kirison bringing the ball out towards the 20-metre line. I mentioned there were three. Jennings loses the ball. Advantage O'Neill. Advantage Cowboys. And he's calling him back to play the ball. So Julian O'Neill, not Julian O'Neill, but Justin O'Neill plays the ball. Cohen Hess to the 10-metre line. Hampton is the 14. And away it goes to Morgan before it finds this energetic forward, Corey Jensen. Hampton again to Asiata, who throws the big dummy and goes. He doesn't go very far, though, as Parramatta throw originally 3 men into the defence. So Hampton goes back deeper to Morgan, who goes short to Cooper. Gavin playing the ball 10 metres out. 4 tackles gone. And it's away to Morgan again. He showed it, then he gave it. Jensen again. So here's the last. So they come to the short side. Martin got a long ball down low to O'Neill. And that is a changeover.
Wait there, leave it now. Wait there,
Parramatta's online was good.
There wasn't a lot of authority in that set of plays. A couple of them. There wasn't a lot of organisation, but they kept trying to hit back to the blind side. Didn't appear to be much planning behind it.
Yeah, that's some really good defence there. This Parramatta bring it out, and Michael Jennings on a couple of occasions after making the error came up with 2 crucial plays coming in to snuff out the attack. Nathan Brown's been enormous tonight.
Darren, any news on injuries?
Just Cohen Hess, you see his knee strapped there. There's a bit of a medial strain. Also of note was Manu Ma'u coming out at half-time. He chucked down the tunnel. So he's either crook or he's got nerves. I would say it's the latter.
Okay. Did you get that one from Fittler?
I did. He's sitting here laughing beside me.
Be very careful, my son. Taking advice from Fittler when it comes to English. danger.
It's a very Australian term, isn't it?
Yeah, I take it didn't even mean he threw something down the tunnel.
Exactly right. And here's Kyle Felt out to the 30-metre line, centre ground, and the other winger, Winterstein. He's recovered from an accidental knee down around the floating rib area. Hampton for Morgan, Morgan for Cooper, Cooper to the halfway. Elimination semi-final, sudden death football. Winner goes on to play Roosters next week. As it goes from Coot and finds Linnett. And they're 40 metres out from the line over on the eastern side of the ground. And Morgan given plenty of time to kick.
Oh, good kick this one.
Oh, here's a problem. Smith goes high, but the ball, he stole the ball, Asiata. Asiata, he's got that try that I was talking about, his first ever. 10-all. Have a look at this.
Oh, it's a wonderful kick. Look at the ball torpedoing, swirling around. Lands between winger and fullback. And John Asiata, great chase from a front rower to score.
For the North Queensland Cowboys, his first try of 2017, John Asiata. Scores now
He's never bothered the scoreboard. Well, it's ironic. David Middleton, he gave me that stat on John Asiata when he was in the run-on side, and I only just basically passed it on to you. And he has scored his first career try. He's never troubled the scoreboard in his life. He's never been subjected to the nudie run. Oh, yes, he has. How many has he done? About 4. Yeah. So it's a converted try for John Asiata. Comment sideline, Brad.
Yeah, this is a brilliant kick from Michael Morgan. Normally on the spiral, it's on the outside of your boot. Watch as he hits it on the inside of his boot. So instead of swinging and keep going left, it actually tucks back to the right and really confuses Will Smith and Arvar, and it's just a great take from Asiata, but the hit from Morgan puts it on the inside of his boot.
It's a fairly expensive cheer squad, isn't it?
It is, but something to cheer. They are going to be very, very hard to run down. We've got a long way to go in this second half. But that first try in the second 40 minutes was always going to be significant. And North Queensland were the team that scored it.
So played by Jensen. He's a bit of a live wire, isn't he? Certainly doing well. 20 metres out from their own line. Then the North Queenslanders with Cohen Hess. Good strong run. And the Parramatta putting 3 again into the defence on him. Now for Cooper. Gavin just outside his 30-metre line. You go into the 5th tackle. Smith is very deep. Parramatta fullback. Dummy half Hampton to Morgan. Morgan's kick will find Smith. 10 metres out, 20 metres out now.
We saw at half-time, North Queensland were 18 from 18 in their completions. They've now completed 4 from 4 second half. They had 22 from 22 as Takarangi does a good job to grab that pass in from Radradra. He tends to be in playing a fair bit of centre tonight, Radradra. Pushing inside his centre partner.
So played by Ma'u, Brown away to Scott. And he played the ball right in the middle of the ground. So Brown again, he doesn't take any rest periods. You want me to take 2? I'll take 2. Now for Moses. And he puts a kick up high. And Coot did well. It was getting close to the ground. Now they've put him into touch. I thought for a moment they might have said there was second effort.
Well, he had a tough decision to make. The ball was very well placed. coming down in an area where he just couldn't afford to let it bounce. Parramatta players shifting him over to the sideline. I'm sure there'll be some North Queenslanders saying that's a second effort to get it over, but hey, that's fair enough.
Yeah, it was. He wasn't actually tackled. In fact, he was released by the Parramatta players, so they were entitled to go in and complete the tackle, which included the sideline.
I think the refereeing's been tremendous. We've only had 4 penalties so far. The game has flowed. The teams are deciding it. Parramatta now inside the 20 with 5 tackles left.
So Norman gives it to Terapo. And Penny Terapo drives hard. They play the ball 5 out. Here's Beau Scott. Tries to run straight through the ruck area. And he's up against the pads, as you can see. So King, oh, Moses, it's come down centimetres short, and again they lose the ball now. And Gavin Cooper picks it up and he clears the ruck. But hang on a moment, they're saying.
On tackle 0.
It's Manu Ma'u.
We have no try.
Who's had
Just
a
make
go
sure it wasn't grounded, maybe it was lost.
Seemed destined to score. Burrows in low. No, he loses it.
Well, is that a 20-metre restart?
Manu Ma'u knocks on over the try line. We have a decision.
That's exactly right. Well, come back to the 20.
Yeah, it's a knock-on in goal by the attacking side, so it'll come back to the 20.
I'll go there. Wait. No rush.
Gee, at the speed of the game, it just keeps getting quicker, doesn't it? They'll sleep very well, both teams tonight.
So Winterstein.
Sure about the team that loses, whether that'll be the case.
Hampton then giving it to Lowe. We're on a 7-tackle set here. With Jensen getting it out to halfway now. It is 12-10 in favour of North Queensland. Morgan away, good work Martin, got it onto O'Neill. He dances out of a tackle, straightens the attack, but he's pulled down from behind. By the 15 for Parramatta, Kenny Edwards. To the right side they go, and it's with Morgan, and Morgan is jammed up by the defence. Right on the 10-metre line. Hampton looking for Asiata now. That's him with the ball. He comes back. Martin gets it away to Cooper. Just inside the 10. This is the last tackle coming up. Martin turns it in. Cohen Hess. He makes a habit of scoring tries. Hess has scored for the Cowboys. And this is an indication that there may be some inquiries about an 8-point try.
Cameron King here.
Fellas.
That comes in on Cohen Hess, who everybody forgot about on the inside. They were all looking on the outside of Tamara Martin.
Take him away from me, please. Yeah.
Sydney Head's opened up on the inside. We'll need to have a look at the impact of Cameron King and Cohen Hess in the action of scoring.
I have a try.
As to whether we have anything
Just have a look at what happens afterwards, mate.
Well, certainly we've got 4 points here for the Cowboys.
Well, we've got 6 because the conversion will be successful as well. And the on-field call is a try. We know it's going to be a try. Look at that, back on the inside. All the Parramatta defenders committed to the right-hand side.
Cohen Hess has grounded the ball in the in-goal area.
Oh, well, that's a possible 8-point try.
Clear the contact there from Cameron King.
You can't make contact.
We're now running through to look at what occurs afterwards.
Yeah, I think he's in trouble here, Cameron King. He comes in fairly late and he comes in high.
And it looked like he made contact with the forearm, Pete. That's what made it even worse.
Yeah.
And a punch thrown as well.
It meets or ticks all the boxes because it basically says in the process of scoring a try, a player fouls the try scorer.
Yeah, I think this is I think this will be an 8-point try because both conversions would be successful. I don't think there's any reason for Cameron King to come in the fashion that he did. I don't think there's any need for him to come in at all, to be honest.
We're just looking at Manu Mao and what contact he makes with the players here.
No, well, Mau's gone. He's into the bin as well. He throws a left, I think, is it Ben Hampton? 8-point try and one in the bin, possibly at the end of this.
We've cleared all the contact. We have a decision going to the board. That'll be a try, mate.
Okay, so we've got the try confirmed. The conversion is basically in the same place as the second kick at goal.
Been cleared, mate. I am.
So that's all.
Been cleared, mate.
That's it. It's all clear. Well, I was supporting the Doom, but it hasn't worked out that way. They didn't have much of a look at the Cameron King.
The try scored by number 15 for the North Queensland.
Oh, well, no, it's only a push.
Try of the season, Cohen Hess. Lovely inside ball, and Cowboys now lead.
Yeah, so
16 points to 10.
yeah, so Ma'u has been cleared of a punch, and of course King has got off. And what we were believing to be a possible 8-point try is a 6-point try, but it does take the score out to 18-10 in favour of the Cowboys.
Brad Fittler.
Yeah, well, that's the discipline we were talking about. We're going to show some highlights of the fella who's been the reason where the pressure's come from. Beautiful ball on the inside. The Cowboys just pushing up with each other. We've got a nice little montage coming up of where the pressure comes from.
Well, on second and third look there, the Cameron King one didn't look anywhere near as bad side on as it did front on. And the Ma'u, it wasn't a particularly effective punch. So, but an 8-point lead after 52 minutes is a very good one for North Queensland. The manner of this game's being played.
So Cohen Hess adds to his impressive try-scoring record. The Cowboys 18-10 and a long way back for Parramatta. Ball finding its way along the line to Jensen, and now Morgan continues to put this kick high, not worried so much about getting it down towards the try line. And here's Radradra. He's come back just outside the 20-metre line. Norman Ava'a to the 30 now. Now for Jennings. And he's put down on the 40-metre line. Brown. So here's the last coming up for Parramatta now. High kick from Norman. And it's gone straight through Winterstein. It's with Manna. It's been touched by the opposition. So that's 0 tackle. And it's with Beau Scott now. A chance to strike back.
Yeah, that was a waste of a play there. 6s and 7s in North Queensland defence, and Parramatta just took...
Edwards working with Moses now.
Took a hit up.
Moses is playing it. Ava'a. He gets it to 2 metres now. Third tackle gone for Parramatta. Away to Edwards, and it's gone on to Brown. Now it's with Norman. Norman on to Smith. And Smith is taken there, ball and all, and put away by Morgan. Fourth tackle gone. And it comes again to Tim Manna. To the 10-metre line on 5. Still pinching ground is the captain. 5 gone. Back for Moses. Dribbles it in. And it's picked up by Winterstein. So Parramatta will get the ball back from the line dropout.
Oh, well-weighted kick in behind the line. While you're always trying to see if you can get someone to race through and plant the ball, that was more about getting a restart. I know that the Cowboys are starting to struggle a little bit.
Well, sorry, while they've been strengthened, the Cowboys, Jake Granville and Jason Taumalolo into the game now.
Darren Lockyer on the sideline.
You know, this is what finals football's about, building pressure, repeat sets. The Cowboys have done that well, Parramatta does it now, but it's also, finals is about defending your mistakes. It's a big set for both teams here.
So the dropout from Kyle Feld, it took an awkward bounce for Kenny Edwards. He starts running laterally, and he's an easy target to pick off over there. Right in the centre of the ground, a tackle from Ethan Lowe. Now for Manor again, and they come up out of the deep and make the tackle there. I think it was Asiata, it was. Here's Moses trying to push through. 22 out from the line. Moses, well...
Play the ball here.
Somebody suggesting that Moses kicked Gavin Cooper. I tend to think he might have given him a nudge with the knee to get him away, but I don't know that he kicked him.
Parramatta needed a quick play the ball, not Mitchell Moses reacting what was going on around him.
So Parramatta with Moses again, and he's lost the ball, Ma'u. And coming away is Felt. 18 metres out from his own line. Now Taumalolo from dummy half. He carts the ball for 12. 30 out from his line. Linnett out to the 40. The Cowboys repelling the Parramatta attack. Now for O'Neill to the halfway line.
Asiata leaving the field, the try scorer. Scott Bolton on now. Michael Morgan going to the defence, shapes inside, passes outside.
And Leonard it is who played the ball 35 metres away from the Parramatta line. Taumalolo again, charging ahead. Granville gets a call from Morgan on the blind side. There's the kick. Down into the corner where Radradra waits and takes it safely.
That's a good outcome from the kick. Plenty of chases designed to trap them as deep inside the territory as possible. Keep the pressure on.
Some of this tackling is absolutely brilliant stuff.
It's going to take a huge effort for Parramatta to get out of this one.
And Ma'u. And still,
look at that.
Look at this. They're forcing them back. Without the football, they're making ground, the Cowboys. Brown again. Can he do any better? That's the end of 5 tackles. And they're still inside their 20-metre line. So the defence there from the Cowboys was overwhelming. Coop giving it to Felt. He's put down by Pritchard, who's out there now. Here's Winterstein. And the Cowboys 35 metres out from the Parramatta line, down at the northern end of the ground. Here's the ball finishing up with Gavin Cooper.
Speed of the game at a high now. Got to have a look to see if Jake Granville can spot some openings.
Taumalolo off his right foot twice. And playing the ball 18 metres out. 4 tackles gone for the Cowboys as Bolton gives it to Morgan. Again, they test Radradra. And they've got him this time back into the in goal.
We get a chance to have a look at the replay. Radradra goes to the ground. He actually puts the ball back between his knees as far as possible towards his heels to try and get it back in the field of play. That's a perfectly positioned kick. Great chasing team. It's Sammy just tucking the ball back between the legs.
Change made just a moment ago by Parramatta. Number 18 is on Kaiser Pritchard.
Yeah. I see what you mean.
Time you run, fellas.
Little did he realise that Matt Checkham was standing on top of him. So the line drop out.
Just controlling things beautifully, Michael Morgan, isn't he? Here's Taumalolo full of energy, bringing it back.
It's like an old steamroller. He just charges in 100 miles an hour. He's appropriately called the wrecking ball. Bolton put down by Brown and Manor. But it's come away to Morgan again, and now for Cohen Hess. Still going. Still going.
I think his knee's all right.
Now Granville finds Martin. The ball bounces into the end goal. And just to make sure, Smith puts a kick on it. Dead at the northern end. Knock on by O'Neill is the call. So an 8-point ball game.
See, a long pass there would have been quite handy. Fortunately, wasn't a lot of communication going on. Winterstein, he had open spaces.
Brad, sideline comment.
There's been a real semi-final feeling down here at ground level. 41,287. An absolute beauty.
Yeah, and they're fairly quiet at the moment. North Queensland have taken the crowd out of this contest. They're needing to score twice. When you look at how Parramatta have scored their only 2 tries in this game, it's going to take, as I said earlier, Herculean effort to get out of this one. Takarangi in behind to play the ball.
So Nathan Brown. Play just into Cowboys territory. That's Pritchard. Returning from a long period of injury. Norman kicks. And Coote responds just inside the 20-metre line, Cowboys end.
I think if he had time all over again, he may have chosen a different last tackle option on that occasion. That was simply handing the ball over to the Cowboys, releasing the pressure.
Linnett taken low by Pritchard. Cooper takes the ball to halfway. Bolton. Now they're on the 40-metre line. All simple stuff, just dummy half runs, forward plays, up the middle, no mistakes. And then that kick, and it's with Smith back at the northern end, in the corner. Ava'a.
Parramatta bringing the ball out from their own end. Most possessions now. Maybe somehow get consecutive sets, trying to earn a penalty. Opposition error. It's in Manor now. 4th tackle.
17 minutes of the game approximately remaining. Edwards, and it's gone forward.
Wow.
But it's a penalty.
Forward pass,
no, it's
right?
a forward pass. Hangs an arm out just like it's a penalty, and it's a forward pass indication.
And like you, Rabs, I thought he was indicating that the Cowboys were offside for a little while. Gee, that's a poor execution of the play.
Well, the dummy half pass was the forward one.
It was too.
It fell right down at the beginning of it.
Just looking at the results registered by these two clubs when they've played the Roosters. Cowboys played them at Allianz and went down 22-16. At Parramatta, they got absolutely thrashed at the same stadium, 48-10. Both clubs have only played the Roosters on the one occasion.
Yeah, they're building up for the killer blow here, North Queensland. They have all the running.
Played by Taumalolo. Now Morgan. This is Bolton on the 10-metre line. Granville and Taumalolo, of course, back into the game. Have been for about 5 minutes. Martin goes long. Beautifully picked up Winterstein. Deep in the corner. O'Neill, a long ball that Martin did well to take. Now it's gone to Taumalolo. What a game. What a game he's having. So on the last tackle now, Morgan rolls it in. Smith will be trapped. So they're really dictating here now, the Cowboys.
Is that Morgan or Thurston? Because the great JT couldn't be doing any better than what the current number 7 is doing. Playing at the right end of the field, forcing line dropouts to keep the pressure on. Side leads by 8 and time is running out.
So Cohen Hess on the kick return. Down to the 30-metre line. And still we're on Parramatta's end of the ground. Bolton. Cohen Hess, he's hunched over again. Don't know whether it's the same injury causing that problem. Martin dives on the loose ball. Referee indicating it went backwards. Played by Tamare. Now for Taumalolo. Just inside the 20-metre line. Granville gets it away to Cooper. He's upended by Ava'a. 5 gone then for the Cowboys to the middle. Morgan, that's not played out by Parramatta. And it's come back for Cohen Hess. And Hess throws up Speculator. Found by Taumalolo. He puts a kick in. Norman is going to get it away to Radradra. He beats Felt. He has now. He's been grounded in goal.
Well, desperation on show. A lot of patience as well.
So Cohen Hess leaving the field. Comment, Brad?
The pressure continues. I just want to highlight Ethan Lowe and the pressure he's applied. Here's a tackle on Mitchell Moses. Look at that beauty. He had the goal kick. He had the chase down. He keeps him out there. It's 2 points.
Oh, we've just seen a dropout that's gone 70 metres downfield. Put a bit of pressure on the Cowboys to get it back into strike zone.
Winterstein to play the ball just inside the 40. Parramatta's end of the ground again. Granville back for Cooper. He pirouettes and spins out of a tackle. He's taken the ball just inside the 30-metre line. Morgan, he's got Bolton inside. He had Lowe outside. And the defence was on his front door. So played by Michael Morgan. Now for Taumalolo. 12 out in front of the upright. 18-10 in favour of the Cowboys. And Granville puts a kick in. Smith has got a good bounce and gets it out. Has the ball taken from him, and it's a restart of the tackle count. So we're back on 0 tackle. Now it's with Radradra.
He's very fortunate there, Will Smith. Lachlan Coote, again, the one-on-one strip, but couldn't control it.
Matangi, 30-metre line. They simply have to get the ball down the other end. They haven't been there for all what seems like a half an hour. Here's Brown. It's been great defence by the Cowboys. And of course, well-weighted kicks into the in goal. Right in the middle of the park now, behind Manor to Norman. He beat Bolton, but now he's held by Lowe up top and Granville underneath. And King tries to pass. That's got to be a penalty.
That was well bought on the last tackle.
That's a milking at its best there.
I'll tell you what, it was very close to being a forward pass that he threw into Granville to grab the penalty. This is going to give the Eels, though, the best chance they've had for a while.
Yeah, this is it.
Thanks, Brady.
They have to score in this attacking raid down here, whether it's 6 tackles, 12 or 18. They have to score in the next couple of minutes.
And so Ma'u will play the ball on 1. 19 out. King away for Norman. Goes on to Matangi. 12 out. Lost the ball. Well, it's not going to be anything like the 12 or the 18. As Pete was hoping, I suppose. It's finished on 2.
Jake Granville and Jason Taumalolo combining. Taumalolo coming over the top. Poor carry forcing the error.
The Footy Show Grand Final Spectacular is being held on Thursday, September 28 at Darling Harbour. You can join Fatty Aaron and the gang for a star-studded lineup as Delta Goodrum and Everclear perform live. Plus, Grand Final teams will be there live on stage. It's a night not to be missed. Get your tickets now at tickettech.com.au. Played by O'Neill. Cowboys then getting it away to the 30-metre line.
A lot of the Cowboys appealing for a shoulder charge, going up in arms.
Here's Bolton. Just 8 metres short of halfway. Taumalolo again. He was absolutely relentless in the first half, and he's picked up where he left off again. Some sterling runs from him, from Taumalolo, putting a dent in the defence all the time. Morgan heads it down towards the sideline, where he finds it just inside the 10-metre line.
Now it's time to use the clock. Watch the forwards. We haven't seen Parramatta's forwards charging to get to a single scrum all game. They will now. Very well positioned. Dribble in 9 metres out from the line. Be plenty of communication going on at the moment to strengthen the defence for the Cowboys.
Friday night, it's Amy Park, the venue for the first preliminary final. Melbourne and Brisbane. Then on the Saturday night, it's increasingly looking like the Roosters will play the Cowboys at Allianz. That's a 7 o'clock telecast on Saturday night.
Much Will Smith being herded across field. You need to take a couple of risks now, Parramatta. Who takes it forward? Need to
Forward
score
pass.
twice. Forward pass again.
Forward pass.
Well, when it gets to a situation like this, you've got to be desperate, but there has got to be some communication taking place. And from the effect of the play the ball to the very first pass, you could just show that there wasn't a lot of looking, wasn't a lot of communication going on.
Well, it's poor execution too, Wally. There's no doubt that the ball left the hands forward from Brad Takarangi's hands there. No matter how much he complains.
10 seconds.
More than double the errors. Most of those in the second half from Parramatta.
So another chance for the Cowboys to insert the final nail. Martin just drops it in for Cooper. He's 15 metres out from the line. Held there by Terapo. Away to Morgan. Morgan taken by Brown. And Ma'u's got the ball. So Parramatta pinching the ball. 1-on-1 apparently. Moses driving the ball across to Kenny Edwards. King for Matangi to the 30 now. So 73 minutes gone in the game. 10-8 the score. Play in the middle of the ground. Parramatta then with Smith. So here comes the last. Brown, Moses, high kick down towards Coote, and he's had some awful bombs to take and defuse. Radradra put a shot on there on Kyle Felt, winger on winger, Linnett, just outside the 30-metre line.
Felt decided to play safe as well. He had an unmarked player on his outside that could have brought 50 or 60 metres for the Cowboys.
Yeah, it was Kane Linnett who doubled around. Offload here. Another charge. The 2-13s tonight have just been phenomenal.
So the ball played by Taumalolo, and it comes back for Bolton. Bolton going through the middle. Got it away to Lachlan Coote. Coote looking for support. Cooper was there, as he always is, I might add. Here's Morgan. Morgan goes himself and Michael Morgan has scored.
Well, if anyone deserves a try, it is Michael Morgan.
Champion.
As soon as he caught that football,
That's right. Confirm the ball does get to the line.
he saw the retreating defence and the hole in front of him, and he put the foot down, put his body on the line, and I'm pretty certain the bunker's going to confirm that momentum takes him into the in goal, as it does, to wrap this one up. The ball on the line there.
Well,
Michael Morgan maintains possession of the ball and the ball reaches the try line. We have a decision.
Yeah, I think there was a hint there might have been a double movement. That's what Matt Checken was asking be checked. So it is a try.
The try scored by number 7 for the North Queensland Cowboys, Michael Morgan. Just over 5 minutes remaining. And the Cowboys now lead 22 points to 10.
So there's the try scorer, and he's been really the general tonight. He has really dictated. He's had the baton, and he's come down on the line to get the green light for this try.
He's been the puppeteer, hasn't he? And he's been the main reason that Parramatta have spent this second half camped at their own end.
It's been the performance of a general. It looks like now Storm, Broncos, Roosters, Cowboys, the same top four as it was in 2015. As Ethan Lowe prepares to put it out to 24-10 and put the lights out completely. So Darren Lockyer on the sideline. It's been a masterly performance by Morgan.
Oh, it has. I mean, he finished off some good players. The previous play, when they come up through the middle here, Bolton, he poked his nose through and they got a ball. But watch here, this is patience. Coote, instead of going for the try then, he just takes the tackle, and then Morgan just sees the defence retreating. There's the space, that's all he needs. Put the afterburners on, well done.
Smart play.
We've got a penalty here for a Parramatta player being taken out and trying to chase that short kick-off.
Wait, well, no, it's not from a kick. Wait there.
So Norman, it's Penny Terapo on the 30-metre line. 24-10. You people in the northern part of Queensland, 24-10, and just a matter of 3.5 minutes away from the preliminary final against the Roosters next Saturday night. Ball shoveled across to Moses. And now they fire it out to Takarangi. He gets the ball back on the inside to Radradra. Takarangi and Linnett having a disagreement over there. Of course, this will be the swan song for Semi Radradra. Matangi along the line. Norman to Brown. Oh, good tackle. Good tackle right there from Gavin Cooper. Captain Courageous. The kick from Moses. Charge down.
It should be 6 again. No, I thought it was a charge down.
Yeah, it
Well,
was.
I thought it was.
It was a charge down.
Leave it there, Cameron.
But I've got to take my hat off to Tau Malolo. We've got 2.5 minutes remaining in the game. He is still busting, making sure that he charges everything possible down.
It's a charge down. The ball is rising off the boot into a player challenging you.
In the end, I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. And this North Queensland side, going into the last round, if St George Illawarra defeat Canterbury, they don't play finals football.
Cohen Hess on the benches with the ice out.
They have taken advantage of a or a second chance they were given, where they weren't masters of their own destiny in round 26.
So Bolton is one of the final plays of the game. Just under 2 minutes to go. I made the point earlier, much earlier in the telecast. They've come here in finals at least a couple of times that I can recall, and they've really got the rough end of the pineapple. And it's no such ending to this one. Cowboys 24, Eels 10. Thurston, Scott, Paul Green, David Fairley.
The way that Jonathan Thurston was running around out there in the warm-up before the game, I thought he might have been a late inclusion.
Sammy.
I tell you what, those Cowboy fans, they've done a wonderful job to come down and be here to support their team. They're loud, vocally loud, but they're even greater again under the heading of loyalty. Hell of a long way to come to be here to support this victory by the Cowboys tonight. Complete sets, 31 from 37 Cowboys, 24-35 Parramatta. They're bad figures for Parramatta.
You complete into the 30s, you invariably win a football game.
So Edwards away, and Jennings got a ball away. It's all over the place. Stacks on the mill.
Should be a knock on here tomorrow, Martin. So Parramatta will finish with the football.
Parramatta feed. Is everyone up? Hang on. Time off.
Because he's down.
Brad Arthur, Parramatta coach, who spent, believe it or not, a long time, about 8 years, as a captain coach at Cairns. So he's had an affinity, or had an affinity with North Queensland way back, almost 20 years ago. Brad Arthur started his coaching as a player coach at Bateman's Bay, and then he went to Cairns and took them to 6 grand finals, and they won 4. And here's Norman breaking into the backfield, but very quickly rounded up just outside the 30-metre line. So from Smith, it's come to Terapo.
Parramatta led 10-6 at half-time. It's been an 18-0 second half. Dominant performance from North Queensland as the countdown begins.
Moses then chipping into the corner. It's been lost by the Cowboys, picked up by Jennings, and Jennings scores on the stroke of full time. It'll be converted, and the score will finish at 24-16.
3 tries from 3 mistakes from the Cowboys, not 1 from superior attack. Ball bouncing down right in front of Kyle Felt made it tough. No surprise to see who was cleaning up on the Harvey Norman replay. That's one part about Mitch Moses' game and kicking. Gee, the accuracy of his kicks, every one of them is in perfect position.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
And Jennings,
There he is.
man with some smile on his face.
So there it is, purely academic. But the Cowboys have won the right to play in the preliminary final against the Roosters, 24-16, the final score.